there is a lot of drama surrounding the project. So let's get into it. Let's get into the disses where he's dissed Rihanna, he's dissed ASAP Rocky, The Weeknd, XXX Tentacion, and more. So let's get into it. And Complex, they have this article where they broke down all of the potential disses on the project. So let's just get into it. Let's start first with his OG op, if you will, Pusha T. And so one of the songs is called "Calling for You." There's this skit where this woman, she's talking about he lied to me, he lied to me. We sat in economy. Said there wasn't. He said first class was full. He stand up. She sees that it wasn't full, and so it's speculated that this is a little jab at Pusha T. Um, where some people believe that the skit is referencing a message Pusha posted earlier this week on X, formerly known as Twitter, in which he complained about the poor service he received from American Airlines, and he explained he was told he would have a first class seat but was put in economy instead. And then he continues on fear of heights. You niggas some pussy for real. You niggas some sissy for real. Virginia, I pull up and chill. You can't come where I stay. When Drake gets to talking like he's a, like he from the streets. He talking shit. So people connected the dots. They came up with the belief that Pusha T is the target on Drake's track "Fear of Heights," where he mentions going to Virginia and having the freedom to chill, but his ops can't stay where he does. Toronto. And if you didn't know, Pusha T is from Virginia Beach. He said, Virginia, I pull up and chill. You can't come where I stay. So it seems like the beef between him and Drake is never gonna end. So yeah. And the tweet that Pusha sent out, he said, "Damn, at American Air, if you didn't have a first class seat, why would you let the agent book it? To charge me for first class and only offer a coach is terrible. And to sit me in coach seat that doesn't even recline after paying for a first class seat is crazy." So, hey, if the skit if the skit is directed towards that nigga Drake worked fast. That nigga put that out the same fucking week that happened. So I mean, take what you will from that. It could be a coincidence, but I feel like with all things Drake, it's never a coincidence. There's always subliminals. There's always an underlying message, and if it's a coincidence dealing with Drake, I think it's intentional. So. But yeah, let's continue. He had to also throw shots at his little fling, his crush Rihanna, and on the same track, Fear of Heights, he goes he actually starts it out. Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? That could never be. Gal can't ruin me. Better him than me. Better is not me. I'm anti. Yeah, and the sex was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you. Okay, I'm anti like your daddy's sister, anti like a family picture, and I had way badder bitches than you, 2BH. Yeah, that man, he's still with you. He can't leave you. Y'all go on vacation. I bet it's Antilles. You know, shit that I can't even, Drake is a rich motherfucker and I'm a broke nigga, so I could can't even afford a vacation. So who am I to talk, right? But yes, a lot of people think that this is directed at Rihanna. And for context, ever since Rihanna and ASAP Rocky made their relationship official in 2020, social media has had a field day dragging Drake over the feelings he once had for Rihanna. The two were no longer friends as of 2018, according to Riri. And on Fear of Heights, Drake chooses a few words that could speculate he was talking about Rihanna, from the word anti, which is the name of her last studio album, and then the pronunciation of gal. And so, what you guys think? You think this is a diss at Rihanna? If so, he said the sex with her was average. He said he had way bad bitches than her. Come on, Drake. We seen your baby mama. Do not cap. Do not cap. Do not do Rihanna like that. Continuing on to potential disses on the album. This one at this point is too coincidental. This one has got to be, I feel like at this point Drake is trolling the fan base. He's trolling us. He knows we're gonna get on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and talk about it. And that's of course XXXTentacion. And what Drake says on the song Daylight, which Drake X had a song called Moonlight. Now here we are on Daylight. And X, or not X, Drake raps, Internet swear that I bought the body. Take more of that to go pop somebody. Them niggas talk about everybody, so low key I'm happy they got somebody. Nigga, what? And in the chorus, he of course says, "Shot him in daylight, shot him in daylight," over and over. And as you know, XXX was unfortunately gunned down trying to buy a motorcycle in broad daylight. And so yeah, he with the chorus of the song making references, and then the internet. I think this is because the internet swears that Drake has something to do with the murder of X, and I've always said Drake might not have killed X or had anything to do with the murder of X, but Drake makes it seem that way, and that makes him just as bad. He acts like he had something to do with the body. He's always dissing X. I mean, after a couple months after X died and he dropped Scorpion, he had that line in Mob Ties about Louis bag turned to body bag or whatever. And as you know, X when he was killed, he had a Louis bag that the killers took. And so he also rapped in that in this verse, Daylight, TBS was investigated him. Toronto, they asked, if he had something to do with the body. And so at this point, man, not only is this him addressing the murder of X and how there's a conspiracy going around that he has something to do with it, but he just continues to troll the fan base and whatnot. And at this point, if you're not convinced, I don't know what will convince you. I mean, he's been Drake's been doing this for years. He's still hung up about the tapioca pudding joke and him bringing his mom into the beef. And if you remember, X also had a shirt printed with the picture of X as the father and Drake's mom, and they're holding little baby Aubrey, Aubrey Graham. And so yeah, he's still in his feelings about that. So, what do y'all think? Y'all think this is at X? I mean, you can't convince me it's not, but well, I'm just curious what y'all think. I wasn't there when they caught the body. TBS think that I bought the body. Internet swear that I bought the body. Take more than that to go pop somebody. You're not convincing me that's not about X. Moving on, Dylan Brooks. On the song Another Late Night, Drake raps, Shotty Ransom, Dylan Brooks, can't believe this nigga talking, damn. And for context, Drake had a bar ready for Houston Rockets for Dylan Brooks on the track Another Late Night. And during an interview with ESPN and Team Canada, the team was asked to choose between Drake and Ryan Reynolds, and Brooks picked Reynolds. So that's why Shotty Ransom, Dylan Brooks can't believe this nigga talking down. But I don't know. He feeling feisty on this album. He feeling like big Aubrey, big Drake, got the Draco. But he continues in the same song, Another Late Night. My bank account is Magnolia, Millie rocking. Weirdos in my comments talking about some Millie Bobby. Bring them jokes up to the gang. We get to really flocking. Send a finger to your mama and some FedEx boxes. Open that shit up is jaw dropping, really shocking. Hey, I ain't pretty Flocko, bitch. This shit get really rocky. Hey, why Drake acting like he a gangster? Like he's sending fingers to people's mamas. Can we please rap about what we really about, Drake? I like Drake, but I don't. It's a love hate relationship. He's always doing Drake shit. So, but yeah, for context, once again, folks have heavily criticized the friendship of Drake for his or have criticized Drake for his friendship with Millie Bobby Brown back in 2018 due to their age gap. If you remember, the Stranger Things star had mentioned that she texts Drake all the time, and at the time I believe she was 14. And so that's been a thing since then. So, and she actually, Millie Bobby Brown actually fired back at the rumors, claiming people were weird and they make a lovely friendship your headline. So The he addresses this in the song. If you bring them jokes up around him to the gang, see what happens, basically. And if you didn't catch at the end, he also said, "I ain't pretty Flocko, bitch. This shit get really rocky." A and of course, ASAP Rocky, whose nickname is Pretty Boy Flocko. So once again, a little subtle diss to ASAP. Um, let's see. Let's continue. Who that looks like? Yeah, that looks like that rounds it up for the disses. It look like I know J Cole did address the NBA YoungBoy diss. Says he still want to get a song with YB. Can't trust everything you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know. Same can't be said for Drake. If Drake disses you, you gotta read between the lines. You gotta connect the motherfucking dots to figure the shit out. And he everything that he does is calculated. So you can't convince me at this point. If it's coincidental, Drake meant the shit, right?